Everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to play Withered-promised. It's another Yandere Danes and Village.io. It has not officially been released in English, so I'm going to warn ya. So I'm going to put the link, but it's not officially in English. Let's get started. What's your name? Lion. My grandma used to say this place could make the pain vanish if you made a promise here with sincerity. And also said that, well, it was also said that the flowers in the garden drink the tears of those who suffer, transferring them into beautiful petals. I could easily flood this place. With petals? A branch snaps, you startle, immediately turn towards the sound. Standing before you is a tall, pale young man, with his hands in his pockets, wearing an expression of indifference. He looks cute. If you wait for the flowers to answer you, you're going to have to spend the whole night here, and the whole next morning too. You worry a little and look at him, somewhat nervously, knowing he heard you say whatever it was you were thinking about. Huh? Didn't know there was anyone here. The boy approaches slowly, without taking his eyes off the flowers. Well, it's a public place. Most people prefer to avoid being here. They say so many things about this place. Do you believe in those stories? He stares at you intently, intensely, and suddenly bursts out laughing, covering his mouth with both hands. Intently, I mean. Of course not. I believe in what I see, and right now I see a certain girl talking to plants. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I only came looking for some peace and quiet. I'm not here for any of those stories. I'm just looking for comfort. Forgive me if I ruin your silence. Do you say that because of the legends? What legends? Because I don't think a bunch of petals can help anyone. Probably have a allergic reaction. He squeezes the petal between his fingers until the tense red manages to stain his skin. His gaze is empty, as if something were missing inside, as if he were longing for something. After a brief pause, he continues the conversation, but sometimes having someone who is simply there helps more than any other myth. He gives you an honest look. His violet eyes seem to analyze every expression of yours. His tone softens. Oh, and naturally, you didn't ruin it. He frowns, his brow slightly as he takes in the view of the beautiful flowers scattered all around. Don't you look like how should I put it? Expression of this place. You're not a bother. Was that a compliment? I think that is. You could put it that way. By the way, I'm Azriel. I know you. I've seen you around the university hallways a time or two. You always seem to be in your own world. I'm YN. But are you saying you know me? I never seen you in my life. I don't need to know you to know that you seem to have problems. I think everyone has problems, though. You glance your displeasure at Azriel's comment is infinite. He didn't want to admit it, but hurt. The silence between them becomes awkward. Azriel realizes he was too harsh and, feeling somewhat embarrassed, decides to set things right. Look. He scratches the back of his neck, avoiding looking at you directly in the eye. His movement seems indecisive, though he decides to keep talking. You see, I'm not good with people. I'm sorry I sound rude. To be fair, I'm probably in my own world to begin with, and probably not as good as with people to begin with, too. I didn't mean it in a bad way. This place is too big for just one person. If you're going to stay here and cry, I prefer you didn't do it alone. He knows how embarrassed he feels. It is as if he were forcing himself to say words that might help comfort you. He laughs a long sigh and understand their attempt to offer encouragement, so you nod. It's okay. Just stay. You don't have to struggle to find the right words. I struggle all the time with the right words. At least promise you won't leave, and really mean it. Don't leave me alone afterwards. As I told you, I won't let you cry alone in this huge place. The scent of the flowers was beginning to grow intoxicating. A petal falls onto your hand, carrying by a sudden gust of wind. For his part, Azrael abruptly brings his hand to his chest, clenching his sweater tightly. Azrael, what happened? Are you okay? The boy in front of you tries to compose himself. His violent eyes search for yours, and you notice both his hands trembling. Yeah, just felt a sharp twang. It's nothing. It must be exhaustion or maybe the heat. Exhaustion? You try to help him by gently touching his back, as a small gesture of concern. Do not touch me. His voice sounded desperate, even so. She doesn't say it with hatred, but with fear. Okay, that's where He doesn't sound desperate, even so. He doesn't say it with hatred, but with fear. That was on me. Alright, you scared me. I thought I'd just meet you, and you were already about to leave, huh? Your voice gently to ease the tension of the moment. It was nothing. Really, I'm fine. It gives you a reassuring smile, playing along and pretending it was nothing. Apparently I have a dust storm warning. Azrael decides to settle down beside you. He stretches out his legs and sits on the tall grass, resting one arm on his knee. Both fall silent for a few seconds until Azrael decides to break the silence. You're a very unusual girl, you know. It's too soon for you to say that. You barely know my name. And yeah, I didn't create this. I just did the translation so I could play the game because I've been wanting to play this since it came out in Spanish. Too bad I know a little bit of Spanish, but not much. Like very little. It's too soon for you to say that. You barely know my name. Like I know what grandma is. And child. A few other words. Maybe, but I don't think it's that bad. I spent so much time alone that I won't mind at all. I said no bit because of code switching too. He looks up at the clouds and continues in a measured voice. I mostly hear it on, spoken too. Even though technically I don't speak either. Most people at university are always trying to prove there's something they're not, always playing on an act. Especially because I have the speech impediment to begin with. You just hear alone. It's refreshing. I guess I'm not good at acting then. Don't bother. I'm not acting. I'm not interested. I'm absolutely detest the canes. Azrael closes his eyes, laying the warm breeze across his face. Azrael, I'm relieved. I have met you today. I'm a bit afraid to come here, and letting the sadness drag me down completely. He turns right to us. I just want to touch his hair. You know where to go if your silence gets too loud. I'm not the best at comforting. I can listen to you. Thank you for sticking with me, seriously. Sure, you're welcome. After chatting with him for another 20 minutes or so, a notification arrives on your phone. You instantly check instinctively check the time and are startled. Oh crap, I have to go. My class is about to start. Go on. Get going. You'll be late if you keep sitting here. Okay, I didn't translate that one. Don't worry, I'm going back to where I translated it. You nod and stand quickly. You dust off your clothes and gather your things. See you later. Bye-bye. The boy gives you a warm smile, a little too sincere. If only you had seen it. But you were in such a rush to leave as soon as possible, they didn't even notice. You walk towards the garden exit, feeling as though a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. For some reason, you feel light. And yeah, I'm not gonna upload the translation. I just really wanted to play this. It's gonna be on YouTube, but not gonna, because I don't think I would have the right to do it because I'm not the actual creator of the game. He just sits up slowly. He examines his hands and feels a strange energy and tingling sensation beneath his skin, as if he were just drunk 4 cups of coffee. Was his hands that shaky? He touched the spot on his back where Wyan gave him a reassuring tap. There's something good about those stupid stories. At least they allowed me to meet her. The flowers were more vibrant for some reason, as if they were just being watered. The dark-haired man leans back again, slowly closing his eyes once more. After a while, a sound emerges from the bushes. Instantly, Azrael quickly lifts his head towards the noise. It's nothing. I've been so paranoid today. I really should get more sleep. No, again, no matter how much I want this to end, it's just a stupid dream. They'll never come true. It's pointless. Here comes another guardian. What guardian? 2 weeks have passed since the day you met Azrael. It's a strange to admit, but despite his somewhat indifferent attitude towards things, sometimes you think he's a good guy, especially because he pays attention to every word you say. Their company became a refuge, especially since you have nowhere to see your friends often. Each of you was at a different university. That was how things had turned out, based on what works best for each of you. Where do all my friends look at? Few went to a different one in state, like 4 hours away. Most of us stayed and went to the university that was closest to us. He tried to make new friends, but things never went beyond group projects or simple greetings in hallways. No introvert had adopted you, and loneliness basically became your companion until Azrael arrived. You didn't know exactly why, but your spirits were much higher. At the very least, getting up in the morning didn't feel like such a struggle anymore. You knew you had someone to talk to and kill time with. You're in class, eagerly waiting for the bell to ring. All you want is something to eat. You had left in such a rush that you didn't have time for breakfast. If it were really important subject, you would have walked out of there right then and there. When class ends, you pack up your things and get up, heading towards the exit. It's unexpected, but when you look up, you see Azrael leaning against the opposite wall. He's wearing his typical red striped sweater and seems engrossed in observing the lines on his own hands. Azrael, what are you doing here? You told me you had a music collective. And if I'm not mistaken, that's in the other building. Azrael looked up, his gaze unfocused. For a few seconds, his vibrant eyes seemed not to recognize you, until he blinks and snaps back to reality. Oh yeah, I skipped class. I tried to play the piano, but couldn't concentrate, so I decided to leave. Are you feeling okay? You have a bit of dark circles under your eyes. He tries to straighten up to look more alert. Just tiredness, nothing more. My hand was pounding, so I came here. That's all. A coincidence, because I ran into you, though. Haven't you been sleeping well? Not much. I lie there staring at the ceiling, close my eyes and nothing. And sometimes I feel like something's calling me. And it's like a restlessness. Is it the night? Because I'll be like waking up. I got up very early this morning because I couldn't sleep. The moment I saw you get off the bus, that feeling stopped. So are you saying your anxiety charm? You laugh a little, however he doesn't. Something like that. I feel uneasy if I don't see you. He lets out a long sigh and tucks a lock of his black hair behind his ear. I must be going crazy for so many exams. I understand you. I feel the same way, Azriel. I appreciate your company. I'm relieved to hear that, Wyan, knowing that we both feel the same way. Okay, that was me again. He smiles at you shyly, without taking his eyes off yours. You could even say, I'm looking at you more than usual. Naturally, that makes you feel nervous, so you decide to speak up so I don't notice. On my way to the cafeteria. Are you coming? Sure, I was planning to go there too. He walks beside you through the narrow corridors. Azriel keeps a short distance between the two of you, almost as if wanting to brush his arm against yours. You said you skipped class. Are you aware that you could fail if you missed too many? I know. Don't need to tell me. It'll just be this once. Unless he just drops out of one. University can. He crosses his arms currently. Silence accompanies them for a few minutes. He seems to glance at you out of the corner of his eye. Every now and then he knows it but say nothing. Tell me. How have you been? I mean, regarding your situation. The thing with your friend, I'll be lying if I said I was okay. But I've been feeling better little by little. After all, it's not something you can get over overnight. As you spoke to him, your eyes lost their light. You tried to keep your voice as steady as possible to avoid breaking down right then and there. You didn't want to worry Azriel, given that he has been helping you cope with your recent loss these past few days. Like one of our friends? It's something that hurts and causes deep pain. Did we just lose a friendship? You stand up straight, take a breath, trying to lighten the mood by changing the subject. Hey, do you have any plans for what you want to eat? He keeps the gaze fixed straight ahead and doesn't answer. You look serious and lost, as if he hadn't heard what you just asked. You touch one of his arms, speak to him again. Azriel? He's only startled, frying you a little. He had barely realized you were speaking to him. Hey, what are you telling me? I asked you what you were going to eat. Oh, maybe something light. A sandwich or yogurt should be fine. A sandwich? It's not exactly light. They arrive at the cafeteria and stop in front of the display case, scanning the various options visible through the glass. Take your time. In the meantime, I'll buy this ham sandwich. I'm craving. I'll go with muffins. Something sweet and delicious definitely wouldn't go amiss right now. You finish buying your food and approach Azriel to look for more available table. The place is noisy, as always, but being with Azriel is like being in the bubble of complete silence. You set some of your things down and take your keys and favorite bracelets out of your bag to get some medication you need to take. Oh, my purse and backpack were always disorganized. The conversation between your flows. You talk about music, interest, and your upcoming classes. My father used to say that the people are like instruments. I never understood why. Then again, okay, your dad sounded like a manipulator, because he could play them like a fiddle. Then again, if we put it that way, I always feel like the piano key that no one wanted to play until you came along. Hey, Zero, that's the sweetest thing anyone has said to me in a long time. Don't get used to it. I don't always say these things. And I admit, I sounded a bit cheesy. Your shell is really hard to crack, isn't it? At that moment, two boys run past your table carrying a tray. One of them trips over the leg of your chair and almost falls onto you. Due to impact, your chair shakes along with the table. Oh my god, bro, I almost killed myself. That's what you get for being blind as a bat, bro. Because they probably broke his glasses on it. Well, tried to trip too. Which would be my luck. Angel stands up quickly. That his chair falls backward, hitting the floor with a loud crash. He slams both hands hard against the table. Hey, you didn't apologize. What? It wasn't on purpose. Calm down, bro. You almost hit her. Don't run like that. You're so stupid. Never again, especially near her. Angel protests were loud enough to make at least those close by to turn and look at the scene. Let it go. It was an accident. Besides, nothing happened. What's simp, bro? I'm sorry, okay? I'm leaving now. How embarrassing. The student quickly walks away with his companion. You look at Ezreal. He seems to be breathing heavily. Is crunching his fist tightly. God, what was all that? He was showing his Yandere. Don't worry, he already apologized. It's fine. Ezreal silently picks up his chair and sits back down. He remains agitated. His face still looks quite annoyed. Poor idiot. Just forget Ezreal. One way or another. He's just quoting music now. You finish eating, and he waits patiently for you to finish your meal. You put your things away and settle your bag onto one of your shoulders. You walk towards the exit as Ezreal follows behind you. He notices one of your bracelets lying on the floor beneath your chair. Most likely, it must have fallen because of the shove from earlier. He picks it up and slips it into one of his trouser pockets. He assumes walking at a faster pace to catch up with you. I'm disappointed by what you did. There was no need for it. I know, I just acted on instinct. That still doesn't change the fact that he was an idiot. I don't regret it. Just so you know. You give him a look of disapproval, cross your arms. You're about to reply when you notice a strange glint in his face. A red stream of blood begins to flow from his nose. Andrew, wait! Your nose! You're bleeding! Oh, what? He tries to clean himself with his fingers, but all he manages to do is get himself even dirtier. You sigh, shake your head. You quickly rummage around your bag and pull out your handkerchief. You approach him without thinking too much about it. Angel freezes instantly. Carefully, he places the handkerchief against his nose, slowly wiping away the blood. Your fingers brush against his cheek by accident. You're so close that you can even feel their breathing and the heat radiating from their face. You notice him being a bit tense at first, then he starts to relax little by little. You continue cleaning it. Your movements are slow, attentive, and careful. Angel stares fixedly at you without looking away. There's no need for. Stay still. He obeys. He closes his eyes as if he were enjoying your touch. The blade finally stops. That's it. The dark-haired man slowly opens his eyes, meaning yours once again. Thank you. Before you can answer, the stranger's voice breaks their movement. A blue-haired boy watches the scene with his arms crossed, analyzing every movement. He steps closer and clears his throat. Well, looks like someone is having blood pressure issues. Or perhaps just a matter of temperament. Huh? Connor? Hello, Ian. I hate to interrupt you, but he approaches you, completely ignoring Azrael. He takes out a small notebook, observing a blood stain on your handkerchief. We met before, and you probably know I'm a criminology student. There's no crime. He didn't commit a crime. So, I'm revealing the latest reports of your friend's case. What about what? He didn't go around like he was Ghostface going stabby. They say you were near the garden before before she was found. Did you speak to her that day? The dark-haired man steps forward, subtly placing himself in the way. Like who? Where's the body? That's not the time to interrogate her and use her for your task. Don't you see what's just happened? Besides, he had already said everything he knew. Like I did. Yeah, I didn't. I think trying to translate when I'm tired is bad. Corn looks her up and down. Even you can feel his judgmental gaze. I just want to have a dialogue. I'm talking to her. Stop being so shameless and meddling. Wyatt, by the way, the police closed the case very quickly, but something doesn't quite add up. If you could remember anything, even the slightest details, it would help. It was Ghostface. Here's my number. Call me. Before your fingers touch the paper, Azrael abruptly snatches it from your hand. To claim Azrael, because I'm claiming the Yandere, and plus, you'll know all my secrets of his criminology. Azrael, you raise your voice. Give that back to me. Stop being so unbearable today. Wait, what was that? Try to calm the situation down. Okay. Hey, Connor, it's just trying to help. I'm fine with that, really. I appreciate your concern, but you need to calm down. I mean it. Your man's silent, simply crossing his arms and clenching his jaw tightly. Perfect, Connor. I'll get in touch if I remember or find out anything that might be useful to you. Alright, see you then. To be continued. Get mad at him, I guess. Azrael, you raise your voice. Give that back to me, and stop being so unbearable today. It's important, so give me the paper. He looks at you in surprise. Pain crosses his face, almost as if you had slapped him. I just want to keep you from getting hurt. He isn't thinking about how you must be feeling about all this. He hands you the piece of paper without even looking at you. Keep the filthy piece of paper then. Perfect, Connor. I'll get in touch if I remember or find out anything that might be useful to you. Alright, see you then. Ignore Azrael, speak to Connor. You were already tired of Azrael's attitude today. Had never behaved so successfully until now. So you decided it was best to ignore it, to avoid further arguing. Perfect, Connor. I'll get in touch if I remember or find out anything about that might be useful to you. Alright, see you then. To be continued. So that was withered-promised. I know the translation that happened. It's not the best, but I did want to share the game with everyone. So if you like my content, please consider subscribing, have a rate, comment below, and liking the video. See you guys next time.